Our good friend Jared Payton joins us on the show today, and we're going to do what we did yesterday, but on the defensive side, drafting the best players in the NFC North on defense. CHGO Bears starts right now. Go away, Greg. CHGO Bears Podcast. It is Thursday, June 26th. It is hot. It is humid. It's nice and cool in the studio. Neither Carm or Greg are looking at the camera.
Yes,
we're back.
No, I'm. Listen. We're a little distracted. We're a little distracted. It's okay. It's okay. Got big time royalty coming on the show.
Distracted.
We got family.
I'm completely locked in right now.
Hoge's going on vacation.
That's what I figured.
I got to do the show 2 weeks with you.
Well, that's what I figured. For his last day before he goes on vacation, we do everything we can to annoy him.
Yeah.
So he'll never come
Like,
back.
really
This is why Jared Payton is on the show today, because it's times like these where I need friends I can depend on. JP, welcome to the show, buddy. We always love having you on. And, now
I'm
you
so
see what I
excited.
deal with every day.
You know what, Hoge, man? You deserve a vacation, buddy. I've done a show. Hey, G Money, I see you over there looking like you could play linebacker. We'll get to that in a second. But the fact is I know you and Carm so well, man. We did a show for a while over at the other station, and I know what you go through with Carm. And the fact that you haven't been checked into a mental facility yet, just goes to show that you have a great support system around you, man. So, and you're not playing tennis either. So I thought he would get you into playing tennis, and you still haven't done that yet. So you're doing well, my friend.
It's funny that you say that, because as I was so excited waking up this morning knowing you were on the show, I put on my, Walter shirt here, Payton over the top, We're crushing Detroit Lions. I was excited to wear that. And then I'm like, what socks should I wear to compliment it? And then I was like, I got to go Wimbledon socks because it's just an elite event. Of course, I took Poppy the puppy for a walk. The socks got all wet, so I had to pivot. Got my whatever I've got on here. But
that's a winding road you just took us
Thanks
down.
for backing up everything Jarrett just said by, for some reason, telling him your entire morning.
But but he needs to know how much he impacted my day right from the jump. 5:30 in the morning. I'm outside trying to be excellent, getting the walk in, and I was thinking of you, which, I think the first show that we ever did radio-wise, Hoge, I made JP, we went, deep dive into some high school football topic, or it was, high school volleyball or something, that the phones lit up like crazy, and he's like, you know what, I'm going to trust this guy with my radio life for a couple of days at least. That's a true story right there. Greg, know that.
True story, man. We had some good times, but that's what the friendship is all about, man. And just to see you guys over there crushing it, doing what you're doing, it always puts a smile on my face. Just hearing the voice yesterday, driving downtown, talking to Carm on the phone, and hearing Hoge in the background, it just took me back to getting ready for a Sunday show. And I'm speeding downtown, trying to get there late a little bit. I'm like, yo, you just hold it down before I get there. So always bringing back good memories. And G Money still got that helmet on. Goodness gracious.
Ready to get the pads on?
Say, you
Are you ready to get the pads on? Schedule came out. I'm fired up.
Listen, I am. I'm excited. It seems like everybody's excited. You guys know me. I travel with my son and my daughter to travel soccer games, baseball games. And so I'm all over the place. And so I'm meeting a lot of people every single weekend, new people, seeing the same people, and everybody's excited right now that summer's here and camp's right around the corner. And just I think the Ben Johnson effect is true and it's real. And I think people should be excited. we've been doing this for so long that we know when a season is approaching how Bears fans are always, oh man, this is this is the year, this is the year. And I just at some point I want us to be excited as Bears fans, but I also want to the expectations sometimes are so lofty when I'm looking for sustained success over years. I want to build this organization and I think they're headed in the right direction. I'm not all in on this season when it comes to they got to get to the playoffs, they got to do this. I want to see growth from last year. I want to see things when it comes to coaching decisions, made better decisions from a head coach, how you handle your quarterback. And I think when you look at the way that they went about it in this offseason of trying to address certain positions, especially focused on really Caleb Williams and making sure that he feels more comfortable, to me, that's a step in the right direction because he's the goose that laid the golden egg. It is this is going to be that another year one in some sense for me with him and Ben Johnson of what he was of what he was dealing with last season. This is almost like another additional rookie year, but then a lot of expectations on his shoulders to be better, and I think that's what I'm one of the things that I'm looking forward to.
JP, I know you're not out at Hallis every day during OTAs and stuff, but you got your Peyton connections. You know what's going on inside that building. I'm just curious what your first impressions of Ben Johnson and just kind of your personal overall vibe is with it, not even beyond Ben Johnson, but this coaching staff, because I know we've been impressed.
I've been nothing but impressed when you have not only a guy like him. I think he excites me, and I'm impressed because of everything that I heard, Hogue, like coming into once the hire happened, being at Super Bowl, all the things that I heard from guys that played for him, and I keep going back to the conversation that kind of sealed the deal for me because as a person that covers his team, the person that loves his team, that bleeds in blue and orange, to hear a guy like Jared Goff and running into him, because I mean that's where my mindset is like going into this was like you got to find an offensive minded coach that can be there for Caleb, help kind of nurture him and grow alongside him, and to have Jared Goff at the Walter Payton Man of the Year award event that we did on that Friday at Super Bowl. He was the nominee for the Lions, and we were leaving to get on the bus. And as we were about to get on the bus, all you see is him run around the corner. He was like coaching little kids and he was phenomenal. We were watching from afar. Runs over. My mom and I are walking towards the bus, and he stops both of us and he said, Mrs. Peyton, Jared, I just want to say thank you for this honor. And it's truly another honor to be here again. He's like, every single year that I get a chance to be nominated, I'm very, very grateful. And so we're like, oh, nice, great to see you. Can we take a picture? We took a picture. He ran back over, got back into the drills. And I was like, yo, I can't leave without like asking him the question. Like, what kind of journalist am I going to be? And I ran over to him, tapped him on the shoulder, and I asked him the question. And I was like, yo, please just tell me what we're getting with Ben Johnson. And the way that he looked at me with his eyes, and he was just like, yo, dude's no nonsense, man. Like, no nonsense. You look at him and you see him from afar and you think that he's just like, he kind of looks like he might be soft. He's like, not the case. He is going to get the best out of you. No nonsense. And he's also he's going to build a culture in Chicago. He's like, you guys got a good one. And when he said that to me, it was refreshing because I feel like that's what this organization needed. And also when you look at what this city is about, that's what we need too. You look at a guy that was no nonsense, and I'm not going back to make this comparison to the 85 Bears because listen, we know what that team did, but to talk to the guys that were around that time with my dad and what Ditka was all about and how he was, that hasn't been the case when you look at these other coaches that have from that time to now. I mean, even leading up to Matt Eberflus, like you need someone like that in your organization to hold people accountable, to not feel comfortable, to not feel like, oh yeah, this is my spot, I got this. No, like that you have to come in and you have to work for everything that you want, even though you have a resume that shows that you've done stuff. Like you have to prove it to him. And to me, that's what I love. I want that because it opens up for everybody. I don't want you to feel comfortable because in a game of football, it's when you're out on the field and you have that helmet on and shoulder pads, or you're in between those lines, it's not comfortable at all. The dudes that can, when you feel like a 300-pound dude's coming at you and about to knock your head off, like you got to keep your head on a swivel. And that's how I feel sometimes inside of that locker room at Hallis Hall. It's guys have felt too comfortable. Like, oh yeah, this is my spot. Yo, I've done this. No, like light a fire under people, get people excited. Also make them feel like, how can I get better and elevate my game? Because that's only going to help this organization moving forward. So Dennis Allen is another guy that had conversations with people too and what he's about. And it not only for what I'm hearing on the outside, even when we listen to the voices of these guys from the clips that we play on WGN and GN Sports, you can hear it in their voices as well of how they talk about these coaches and this coaching staff. And looking at the guys that they brought in, a guy like Antoine Randall L, like who's done it before, like he's been on the field. And so having guys like that are on your staff that have actually done it, that dudes respect, that they will listen to, I think goes a long way.
Yep. I love that you just brought in just a little side of GN in there. You can watch Jared every night at 10:30, GN Sports. Monday, Tuesday night, you get the Shark Tank. Then you get a Josh Friedman coming in. Chris Bowden's going to pop in. You guys got a whole roster that I'm probably leaving somebody out. Andy Mazer, Dave Ennett, whoever,
Dude, the whole team, man.
The whole
Appreciate it.
JP, when you gonna have me come back in? I haven't been over there, and I don't know.
We would love to. Listen, we would love to have you, Hoge. I mean, you're a busy dude. We're not paying. We're not paying for guests.
My slate's wide open, Jared.
Don't just focus on the middle chair here. We're gonna take a 1 minute timeout, or JP, and hopefully you can stay with us for one more segment. But I do want to ask you before we do that real quick. The running back room, they didn't really address it too much. How concerned are you about that?
I don't know if I'm really truly concerned. I'm more intrigued about how DeAndre Swift fits into what Ben Johnson's trying to do. And they've had a relationship before where, that wasn't maybe his cup of tea, and now he is, to me, the guy. You gotta figure out how he fits into what you're looking for. He's kind of not Jahmyr Gibbs, but in that sense of his ability to not only run and create, but also out of the backfield as well. I want to see how they really truly feel about Roschon. I mean, can he be? I don't want to keep in this mindset of like, this is a different team, but it's hard not to think about his offense in Detroit and not think about those two running backs. And every time we look at a positional player, where if it's Colston Loveland, like we're always like we're going and we're kind of mirroring what he did there. And I feel like there's going to be some semblance of the same here. But I also think that Ben's a smart guy and that he is going to create this thing around the players that he has, not the players that he had. You know what I mean? Because they might not all be able to have the same skill set of what he had in Detroit. And so that's what I like having a coach that's a one of one, because this is his offense. And now he's going to be able to create it. What we've seen here, especially when that Matt Nagy era was like, well, this is my offense, not really my offense. I've taken this offense, and if you don't fit in it, well, hey, too bad for you. Well, this is going to be built from the ground up, and I think it excites me to see how they're going to run the football. Yeah, you always need a stud running back, but also too, I think we have to reserve judgment to see how this offense is, early on, and actually get a chance to be able to see and how it moves.
JP, I got a follow-up question on that running back room. I'm going to save it. We got to take a quick 2-minute timeout. I'm going to come back and I'm going to ask you because it has to do with the coaching of the running backs. So that's coming up next. We got more with Jared Payton, but first, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. New customers now get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up. Use the code CHGO365. Deposit 10, place a bet for 5, and you get 150 in bonus bets if your bet wins or if it loses. And right now, with the Bet365 early payout offer, you're a winner if your team goes up 5 runs in an MLB game right now, with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. Download the app. Use code CHGO365 when you sign up. Breaking news from Bet365. New customers now get 150 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up. Use that code CHGO365. Deposit 10, bet 5. Get 150 in bonus bets if your bet wins or loses. Bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, players, props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 plus. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. In-app only.
Would have cashed that yesterday with a little Cub 8-0 winner. Big game today. Hey, shout out to our friends at Empire today. Just like your favorite team needs that home court, home field advantage like the White Sox did yesterday, getting that win at Rate Field. That's right. Empire today is going to give you the home floor advantage. Right on with their dedicated flooring professionals coming to your house to help you with your new flooring, picking the colors, doing the measurements right in your house, making it as easy as possible. Upfront, clear, all-inclusive pricing. Schedule that installation the very next day. They are simply the best. Schedule yourself a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better at home. CHGO listeners, you get a $350 discount when you use the promo code CHGO. You heard that right. $350 discount with the code CHGO. Restrictions apply. Visit empiretoday.com/CHGO for full details.
All right, a few more minutes with our friend Jared Payton before the timeout was talking about the running back room. JP, in my time covering this team, it has been a revolving door of coaches in general, but especially running backs coaches, it feels like. Eric Bieniemy's come in and made a pretty quick impression on us, I feel like. But I'm asking you because you played the position, you were coached by running back position coaches. How big of a difference can he actually make in that room?
I think it's huge. I mean, we're talking about a coach that has 25 years plus coaching experience. He's been a running backs coach before. He's also been around champions in the NFL. So I just by seeing clips of how demanding he is, I think he is one of those guys that I love. I love tough coaches. I had a running backs coach in Miami, Don Solinger, who had all of us. Like at one point, it was Edgerrin James, then it was Portis and I. The year we both came in together, Willis McGahee came in, and then Frank Gore, and we were all sitting in the same room and like looking at each other, like, how are we going to play? And he pushed us. Like, he had love for us, but he pushed us and didn't let us feel comfortable at all. And never really showed favoritism either. It was like, yo, if you're playing well, you're going to be on the football field. And I think when you have a coach like that, that's demanding, but also has a resume and that people kind of look at and go, I want to play for him. To me, that goes such a long way. I'm going to tell you, he's one of the dudes that if I had to strap my helmet back on, shoulder pads, like I want him as my coach. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Push me to get better. Even on the field when I'm not doing right, like, yeah, you might have to yell at me and scream at me, but also when we get back, pull me aside, coach me up. And from afar, that's what it looks like with Eric Bieniemy. So I love it. I love that. I just hope to see like Monangai, like, can he find a way? Just look at what he did in college. Can you get another something out of him? And what I love about young running backs, especially coming into the league, and I think even with Roshan coming into the league, these running backs coming into the league now that can actually, you don't fear in pass protection, to me goes a long way, because that, you don't get on the field unless you can protect your quarterback. That's what, my first year, like when I got there, that was one of the things that with Steve McNair, I'll never forget. We were in practice and I was just having this hard time with this safety coming down on top. Also, like 60 protection, Mike and Sam, and I'm trying to focus on the Mike and Sam. Safety's coming down, and they're like just bluffing, and they'll bring the safety, and I have to scan. So I have Mike and Sam, and then have to come back over, and I missed because it looked like the Sam was coming. And next thing you know, I look over and the safety's tapping McNair on the butt. And I'll never forget, he yelled. He looked at Norm Chow. He's like, "Get him out now. He doesn't go back in until he can learn protections." So I was sitting there studying. So to see these young dudes have that confidence that they can pass protect, that's leaps and bounds, because the other part of running the football, that's God given for all of us that played in this game, that played the position. We all can run the football. It's doing the other things and seeing that these young guys are coming into the league and they feel comfortable with pass protection. I think that gives Eric Bieniemy just another opportunity to be able to kind of use these guys interchangeably.
And by the way, everybody knows that Jarrett knows what he's talking about, because this is the MVP of the Orange Bowl. This is the guy that put up 131 yards. This is the yeah. Go ahead.
No. I as we keep talking about the running backs, I just want to. I look at this offensive line and trying to figure out with the moves that they made on the interior side, how it's going to look in with this running game, because we talk about all these guys, those are the guys that are opening up the holes. And so if you're talking about, am I nervous about that running back room? No, it's really, to me, about that offensive line. It's really that the left tackle position. Like, is Braxton Jones, what is Braxton Jones? Ozzy Trapillo, I mean, the fact that you're relying on another young guy to be able to take that position, even though just through all observations, was going through, minicamp and all that stuff, like showing signs of people feeling excited. But that's still, to me, that's the reason why that position is so coveted in the NFL. We look at quarterbacks, we look at edge rushers, guys that can get after the quarterback, and you look at the left tackle position, man. To me, it's huge. And trying to figure that part out, that can't be the weakest link on an offensive line we all know needs to step its game up for this Bears offense to have success, and also to keep Caleb Williams healthy and upright, because you cannot have your QB1 on the ground as much as he was this past season. I don't think that's going to happen, but it also has to be set, and they have to be able to come together as a unit to be effective in the run game, which is a big part of what Ben Johnson does with his offense and the looks that he does. That's what I'm looking forward to. I think I'm like 3 years ahead already of thinking of like how it could look, and how Ben Johnson just can run two plays back to back, and then it looks similar, and then it looks different, and then the athleticism of Caleb and what he can do. uh, Man, it could be special, man. It could be special. But we're all gonna have to kind of wait and see how this thing plays itself out, and defensively, how this team figures out how to get after the quarterback as well. And Montez Sweat is a big, huge part of that. He cannot be non-existent like he was in most games last season. And looking at how that defensive line gets after Grady Jarrett being added is, to me, the presence of a veteran, and also that he's done it. I mean, anytime that you're playing double year, if you have multiple years, over like 10 years in the NFL, bro, like you're still effective. man, just to see guys, because he was a Man of the Year award nominee, and to see guys sitting at the table when we were all sitting talking about the respect level that they had for him, man, it this is before the move was made to come to Chicago, and so I was like, holy cow, this dude has a lot of respect from dudes in the league, and now he has a Bears uniform on. So I'm hoping that the championship, like with Joe Tooney and these guys that have actually done it before, that have been there, that is going to kind of spread within that locker room of guys that haven't had a lot of success when it comes to winning. Like there's guys on the roster that some that have had success with. You look at their stats, but not winning games, like winning championships and playoff games. Like you have to have those guys around, so guys can be like, they can pick their brain a little bit, like, or watch them say, oh, this is what it takes in practice. That's how I need to work. Like I need to work like that guy right there every single time I step onto the field. That can be infectious to all of a whole entire organization. And I think that's what I'm excited about to see as well.
JP, last time we talked to you, just to pivot here real quick before you get out of here, we that was right after Virginia passed, which was obviously a very tender moment for you and the entire Bears family. And then we haven't talked to you since Mongo passed, and you put out a ton of great stuff about Steve. And, just when I think when everybody thinks about Steve, it just puts a huge smile on your face because 76 was one of one and all of that. So I'm just looking at like a Mongo celebration story maybe you could share with us today.
Yeah, you guys, that day he passed, it was like it was a crazy day. I was waiting I knew that he was going into hospice, so I was just kind of, waiting to see what was going to happen. But I had to go to work, so I was going to push it another day and then go see him the following morning. And something just clicked in my head saying, my dad in my head just telling me like, tomorrow is promised to no one. And so I was like, I got to find a way. And I called work and I said, I got to go see him. And to walk into that room, and he's laying in the bed, and once he heard my voice, like I could see the smile on his face, but he was also wearing his gold jacket, and it brought so much out of me, because the fact is of being in Canton last summer, doing the induction video for him into the hall and what that meant to him. And then also to see him with that jacket on and knowing in his heart, like what that honor meant to him and meant to him, dude, it was it was an emotional experience, and a lot of stuff went through my brain just about the time that we've spent, especially from 2010 until the day he passed. Just him checking on me, calling me, being there for me, being almost another dad to me. And I'm so grateful for his friendship, for his mentorship, and that his line was always open when I needed to call him. Like anytime that I needed him, he was there for me. And it's just a cool bond for a kid who grew up, as a son of, in my opinion, the GOAT, and especially when it comes to that Bears team in '85 and what I know it meant to my dad to pass in '99, and then to have guys on that team who are like my uncles who just are always there. And I'm just super, super grateful for his friendship. And he stepped up to the plate, and no one asked him to. No one asked him to do what he did for me. And the fact that he felt comfortable, being like just having that relationship with me. Didn't have a son. He has a daughter, Macy, but I was almost like his son. And he gave me advice in every step through life leading up to the time that he got sick, and that he felt comfortable in having me be there alongside Dan Wiederer to do the interview when he announced that he had ALS, to calling me saying, I want you to do the speech for me for the Hall of Fame, or it was a text message. I mean, all those things just showed me that what I meant to him. And so I'll be forever grateful for his friendship, and thankful for the time that I got a chance to be able to spend with him, man. He was a treasure, seriously was a true treasure. And I see why the 85 Bears were so successful, because it was guys like him. The guys I was talking about and how they worked harder, and practice was harder than the games were, because they challenge each other on a daily basis. And Steve was a big, huge part of that. He didn't back away. He told me all the time, I saw your dad, I was trying to hit him in his throat. I wanted him to feel it, because then I know when he got into the game, nobody was going to come after him as hard as I was. And it pushed my dad to be great. And it pushed that whole team to be great. And it's the reason why, to me, it's the greatest football team that I've ever seen.
Would your dad talk about getting cracked by him ever? It doesn't seem like something 34 would say, because he just popped right back up. But
well, he would pop. He would pop back up. Just from the conversations from the guys, yeah, there was always heated encounters on during practice, where and my dad, Steve told me, he's like, one time he hit him hard coming around like on a sweep or something like that, and he made through. He got break through the line and then came through and was hustling and hit my dad hard, and my dad got back, popped right back up like he always did, and was like, dude, we're gonna run the same play, bring that same energy again, like bring it again. And that's what you need. Like, that's the only way to be great, man. This game of football is not like, this isn't powder puff, this ain't flag. It's nothing like that. When you put a helmet on, you strap up, you go out across those lines, man, it's dangerous. And you want it to be that way. The game's violent. And you need guys like that to push the envelope. Steve was one of those guys. And I definitely think throughout that process of being there with my pops, man, he pushed him to be better as well.
Will you tell the Michael Jordan ringing your doorbell story one more time? I just need it one more time. I got to hear it. Get dude's like 10 years old. MJ's at the door.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, this is a cold night. I'll never forget. Cold night. Doorbell rings. Dad whistles. Go get the door. Open up the door. Can't see who's there, because we didn't have the lights on in the front. Next thing you know, someone turned the lights on, and lo and behold, it's MJ standing right there. And so he had like two big dudes with him, and then one of his like assistant, his homie. They were all there. So it was four of them. And he's like just standing there waiting to come in. And like, as a kid, man, who's 12 years old, 13 years old, man, I just was floored. So I was just outside earlier that day with this white and red Jordan basketball fake sign that I was shooting. And now he's standing right there in front looking at me in my house. And he's like, can I come in? Is your dad here? And I was like, I just couldn't speak. He's like, can I come in? And I was like, and my dad said not to let strangers in the house. And then he started laughing. And then I told him that, like, I was like, man, you missed a couple free throws, man. And next thing you know, my dad came and gave me this forearm shiver. And to me, Carm, it was the coolest thing in the world, because my two favorite athletes were sitting in the front entryway to my house. And Jordan walks in and he's like, Walt, what's up, man? And my dad's like, MJ, what's up? And they're like dapping each other up. Like, could you imagine if it was this day and age, and I had live on Instagram Live, and I just went live with those two standing together? Oh my goodness. So we put his coat on the washer and dryer, because Burt Reynolds used to give my dad all these leather coats for Christmas. So we put their coats on the washer and dryer. And they went downstairs, and I could see my dad shuffling cards. He whistled again. I go downstairs. I asked Mike if he wanted a Gatorade with his face on it. If he was thirsty. He was like, no, just go get the money out of my pocket. So I run upstairs. I go into his pockets, and he's just got all this money rolled up in rubber bands. And I'm bring it down to him and give it to him. He gives me $5. Like 2 hours later, Dad whistles again. I run downstairs, and my dad's counting all this money. And Mike's just like, yo, just head down. My dad gives me $100, and he said, tell Mike thanks. So I said, thanks, Mike. And I ran upstairs, put it into my piggy bank. And those two were up for, I swear, Mike didn't leave my house like 3:30 in the morning, because he was trying to win his money back. And to see two competitors, now I get it as a grown man, like to see two of the most fierce competitors of all time, like get together, like they were playing pool, pick up sticks, Miss Pac-Man, Space Invaders, like Mike just wanted to win his cheese back. And so just to be able to see those two compete and have fun, man, it's one of the greatest moments of my life.
And then he dropped 45 that night.
Probably so, dude. I mean, all the other stories I hear about him, he's did the exact same thing. But I mean, he is he's the greatest of all time, man. There's no discussion about it. Like, I don't want to have these conversations anymore with people about LeBron and this dude. Just early, and I don't think we give early Mike, not championship, early Mike enough credit. Like when you watch it, dude was, dude, he's no one like it.
I know we have to go, I know we do.
I'm sorry.
But
JP, just bringing this whole thing
I know,
around,
seriously.
These two have now blown through like 5 break signs from our producer.
I know they do. My bad, dude. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm so sorry.
Don't you guys? He did. Now
I needed that
Now
story.
you're
he
gonna
did
do
3
it.
times. I have to, because like Jared, I've never really asked you any Walter questions because I didn't see Walter. You know, I was born in '85, so by the time I was old enough to watch, you know, and I remember people playing, like he wasn't playing at that point. So I just am curious, like, what that's like for you. You tell that story. You're 10 years old. And I'm just trying to imagine your life growing up and being the son of somebody that is like the Babe Ruth of football. And like, when did that resonate for you? And when you watch highlights, like, I'm just trying, like, I watch a highlight of Walter Payton and I'm in awe, but I didn't, like, he's your dad. It's just try.
G, I'm telling you right now, boy, it's some craziness. When I really realized it had to be around like 86, 87. We went to a Michael Jackson concert at Poplar Creek. And we're walking in the front of the stage to go back to meet Mike. And I'm thinking it's like no one's on stage. And the camera shoots onto my dad walking, and this place went bananas. I'm talking about people were going crazy screaming, and I'm like, is Mike coming on stage? It's like, whoa, is he, what? And I look over on this big screen, and it's my pops, and people are losing their minds. And I was like, yo, that's for you. That's when I was like, yo, this dude is a big deal. And then we go back and him and Mike are just talking. Mike, dad, hey, Walt. And both like real soft voices. Hey, what's up, Walt? Hey, Mike. I was just like, what? Like, this is crazy. This is the dude I was watching moonwalk on VHS the other day. And now I'm sitting here with him. Man, that's kind of when I knew. But now this is cool being in my 40s and the people that got a chance to watch him, the impact that he had on their lives, man. It's I hear it every single day. There's not been a day that I don't go somewhere and someone tells me a story of meeting him or watching him, and it just goes to show the legacy that he left on the game of football and the city of Chicago and the great fans, because the fans are the ones that keep him alive. Like, we can do all we want to, but it's the people that watched him play who are passing it down, the Bears family who pass it down from generation to generation, who are telling their grandkids, telling their kids, and then those kids tell their kids. It's like he's still here. I mean, just his spirit's still here, even though he's not here physically. So I'm grateful for all Bears fans for what they do and helping our family keep his memory alive, man. And yeah, I get in awe by watching him too. The videos of him, I'm in awe because I played the position. I know how hard it is, and he did it without missing a game for his rookie year, one game, and then he played the rest. He showed up and he played through everything, like everything. He played through everything, separated shoulders, high ankle sprains. It's just there's no one that will ever be like him.
Yeah, Carm's been out for 3 months because he has an owie on his ankle.
We love you, JP.
Hey, we love your
Love
dad.
you
We
guys.
love you. Thank you so much, JP.
See you guys, man. Appreciate it.
You will.
Jared
Best.
Payton, the absolute best. All right, we are way late for a break, and we have another break after that break, which
okay.
these guys
But you
definitely
earned these
forgot.
breaks because that was a great interview.
So I'll go to this break by saying, Steven, good luck with these two over the next 2 weeks.
Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary is your home for judgment-free cannabis shopping, a place where all kinds of visitors, including Mark Carman, are welcome to explore, discover, and purchase a wide array of high-quality products. Sunnyside has everything you need to elevate your very hot summer. Some of the amazing features that are included. It's a one-stop shop for all your cannabis needs. Sunnyside has an expertly curated menu with over 100 strains to choose from, plus easy online ordering and in-store pickup. If you're starting out, Sunnyside has expert guidance and brands we know you'll love, like Good News and Mindy's. They have places all over the city, Wrigleyville. They got them in the suburbs, in Champaign, and more. So visit sunnyside.shop for Bright Buys every day, including 50% off your first 3 online purchases. Enter the promo code HICHGO at checkout to qualify. Exclusions apply. Sunnyside Cannabis Dispensary. Bright Buys every day, only for 21 and older or Illinois medical card holders. For existing users, use the promo code CHGO50 for 50% off one Cresco Labs brand item.
And if you're looking for hats, we got the company for you. Whether you need snapbacks, truckers, fitteds, beanies, or tees, Branded Bills has you covered with performance and style. Looking for some gear to make your brand stand apart from the crowd? Branded Bills has you covered with the best custom headwear. Start your order, and their dedicated team will help you create the exact custom apparel that you need. And they have a partnership with 30-plus colleges, including 8 Big Ten schools. That includes Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Maryland, Michigan State, Penn State, Purdue,
Boiler up,
and USC. Ohio State's coming soon. Head to brandedbills.com. Use code BBCHGO for 15% off your first order. That's code BBCHGO.
3. All right. As Adam Hoge just said, he has tremendous confidence in me and you leading the way as Hoge's going on vacation. So we thought that we would actually, because we're going to be missing you, Hoge, know that, but we're also looking forward to you going away. So why don't we take the temp, courtesy of our friends at Four Seasons Heating, Air Conditioning, Plumbing, Electric.
That's right. I can do it. Visit fourseasonsheatingcooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. That's fourseasonsheatingcooling.com. Make sure you have that in front of you when I'm not here.
I will do all of that. I can't wait to honor all of the fine people that make this possible like they've never been honored to the level that I'm going to honor them in these 2 weeks, because I love the fine people that make this all possible.
Yeah.
Thank you, Four Seasons. We appreciate you. I don't know if you're ready, buddy.
Oh, I'm ready. We are still going to do a draft on this show, and I just want everybody here to know I am leaving at 1.
No, he isn't.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
Nope.
I'm going to walk off at 1.
Nope, you're not. You got concerts to look forward to. You got
starting
golf
at
to look forward
101.
to. You got boating. So you're going to hang out with us. Like I told you to start the show.
You're going to miss us.
We are
You know
doing
this, right?
everything in our power for today's show to make sure that your temperature rises to a level that you may pass out at some point to end this show.
This is an important break for you, though.
Yeah.
It's very important.
It's very evident to everybody watching this how important it is.
Yes.
We're going to show you. We're going to show you while you're gone. We're going to be on time, on target.
You know what's so great? No notes. JP jumps on the show and immediately is just like, I don't know how you do it, Hoge. We haven't talked to him since the Super Bowl.
He knows. Seems like everybody that comes within your stratosphere says the same thing.
I had lunch with Dave Ennett the other day. He's like, I don't know how you do it.
Grody, when I started working with you, Grody's like, are you okay? You okay, Greg?
Yeah.
Cap said the same thing to me.
People start worrying about your well-being.
Yeah.
It's a very serious thing.
No, listen, I'm a lot to handle. There's no doubt about it. And there's a reason why when I leave the show at the end of the day, no one calls. And I just sort of amuse myself for the rest of the day until, 23 hours later when I get to see you guys. Hoge has no one to blame it himself. You'd be with somebody else in here right now. You could have Mubs. Where's Mubs been, by the way?
I don't know where Mubs is.
I will raise my hand. It is my fault.
Where's Mubby Tubby?
It is my fault.
Mubby Tubby too has just disappeared. You pissed Mubs off, didn't you?
Crystal
Probably.
says, Hoge, I'll miss you during the time you're gone, but I'm going to enjoy Meatball Meltdown weeks.
Yeah.
Also, Crystal says that you big timed her We'll talk about that when we come back. But
Oh, really?
yeah, yeah. She wrote at you on Twitter, and you didn't write back. You
a
owe Crystal an
big-time
apology.
Crystal?
You big-time Crystal, you big jerk. We
Really?
love you. All right, hey, we're gonna draft the NFC North defensively in a minute. But first,
new vehicles are in store at Ray Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. This is your chance to score a great deal at the Employee Pricing Plus sales event. Head on over to Ray CDJR on Route 12 today. You can choose from their huge inventory of new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles. And right now, you can lease the new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn for only $419 a month. That's for 36 months. Or you can finance 1.9% for 72 months. Plus, shop over 125 vehicles priced under $20,000. And you know that team at Ray CDJR, they're always there to help you through your car shopping journey because they have raised price promise, which means the prices you hear on this show, the prices you see online, those are the prices that you pay. So don't miss out on the Employee Pricing Plus sales event for huge savings on the Ram 1500. For more information, visit Ray CDJR today on Route 12 in Fox Lake or online at raycdjr.com.
you know where I was at yesterday? That's right. I was at Rate Field. I was hanging out with the White Sox. I was learning the benefits of Kyle Teal, and I was getting excited for being out there with you. Get yourself 2 Rate Club tickets. Cubs, Sox, Crosstown, Rate Field, Saturday, July 26th. All the food, all the drink, everything you would love to do while watching baseball. All you got to do, download the Rate app. Go to allchgo.com/rate, allchgo.com/rate. Get yourself signed up today. There is no purchase necessary. And then when you're on the Rate app, you get pre-approved for a mortgage in minutes. You get a home equity loan or personal loan in under 15 days. You get the best homeowners insurance, auto insurance, and you get 800 free wellness videos. The only chance that Greg Braggs has to get healthy in this life is to download the Rate app. He needs to do it right now. He's actually already done it, and he's on his way because of the Rate app. 800 free wellness videos, everything you need. The Rate app is amazing. Join us for our Crosstown Classic. allchgo.com/rate.
Look at me. I'm just gradually getting more and more relaxed.
He's gonna
More
fall asleep.
horizontal.
You should.
I should go grab a beer right now. Is what I should do.
Should go over to just go to the Rate Suite. I'll hook you up.
I want to go on vacation, Carm.
It is vacation.
I don't want to be stressed out.
There's like 6 people at the game right now. It's unbelievable.
Well, that's because they're not playing.
No, I was
There's
there
no
yesterday.
game today.
I was there yesterday. They were playing.
I know, but there's no game today. Okay. All right. Yesterday we drafted the NFC North offense. Best players at each position on offense. The rules are simple. Pick one player at each position, then you can't draft another one. And today, surprisingly, Steven was the one who struggled with the rules. It was a huge upset.
Hey. I had a lot going on. There was a lot of extra stuff before the show, and we made it happen.
It's another.
No excuses. Play like a champion.
That's
I
true.
mean, enough with the how rocky the water is. Just dock the boat. Draft
All
your
right,
team.
well, I'm going to win this draft today.
I think you might have actually.
You might. My team sucks. Here we go. Steven had the 4th pick yesterday, so we gave him the 1st pick today. We actually made the pick for him, but that was really because Carman was trying to do something weird, and I was like, Steven's not stupid.
You were not trying to help me.
And
I
drafted Aiden Hutchinson for him, and he was like, yeah, that's who I would have picked anyway.
Yeah, I mean, to me, he's still elevating his game. He played only 5 games last year, had 7.5 sacks in those games. Aiden Hutchinson, he might not just be the best defensive player in the NFC North. He might be a top 3 defensive player in the league.
There it is. Nasty injuries going. You're making a big-time bet that he's going to come back healthy.
He almost came back last year, and they said had they made the Super Bowl, he probably would have.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And he probably would have had a couple sacks in that
game. But now Ben Johnson's a Bear, and they're never going to make Super Bowl. But I should have mentioned the positions. We did defensive line and edge rushers together, off-the-ball linebackers, corner, safety, and then special teamer also in this. That could be kicker, punter, long snapper. Mm-hmm. Nobody drafted a long snapper. I feel disrespected. Or a returner, too. So those were the positions we're drafting here. Steven correctly going with Aiden Hutchinson. I don't care how hurt he is. He's best pass rusher. Gregory, you had the number 2 pick.
That's right. And easy pick here. Easy selection. Best cornerback in football, Jaylon Johnson.
peek behind the curtain. We were going to do Greg's draft because he was busy doing other things, and I was like, just give him a bear, and every single time give him a bear. And this was the easiest bear to give him because
Which he almost did on his own anyway.
Do you actually believe Jaylon Johnson's the best corner in football?
Yeah.
No, he does not.
You know,
Yeah.
Patrick Surtain won Defensive Player of the Year.
That's cool.
Okay.
They don't throw.
Yeah, I think Jalen's up there. Jaylen's a great corner. I
actually
had to
think
ask
he is the
clarification.
correct number 2 pick, though, of all these defensive players.
I agree with that.
I mean, I think I would have taken over the guy. Now this is going to be a little controversial for me. I wanted to go pass rusher here, so you're going to go with Jonathan Grenard or Andrew
Austin Booker
or Andrew Van Ginkel. And Van Ginkel's my guy. I went Badger here. I had to do it.
There's no way that if you put the whole division up, I don't think Jalen's getting the second pick. I think you're still going to take another edge rusher because of the positional value, Hoger.
Corner's a position
I know,
value. I think
I know.
Jalen's better than either of these guys. But I love Andrew Van Ginkel. We were talking to Pete Bursich a couple weeks ago when he was in here, and he was like, as good as Grenard is, Andrew Van Ginkel's the guy, like the glue that makes that whole defense go. He always gets his hands on the football, so Grenard might have more sacks overall, but I think Van Ginkel might be more important to that defense. So I went with Van Ginkel as my first pick in the first round. Carm?
So I do want to get to the quarterback, and I did want to take a guy that got there in a prolific way. So I did take Jonathan Grenard, because you guys just apparently don't think he's worthy of the love that I'm giving him as somebody who impacted the position and made the Vikings, took him to a whole different level in the middle of his prime, 12 sacks last year. That was my pick right there. And then I moved along, and I was like, all right, who am I going to get to take the football away? And that's when I had to be reminded who I took at that position. Oh yeah, and then I with Johnson gone, I wanted to take the next best cornerback, so I wanted to grab Byron Murphy.
This is in Slack if anybody would like to follow along, just like it was yesterday. Even color coded for you yesterday. Not color coded today because I'm on vacation already.
Can't believe you color coded yesterday. That's a great job.
I can't believe you don't know that I did that.
Not
It was not only in Slack, but discussed quite thoroughly in the meeting.
I got to tell you there, Hoger. If you look at my Slack, which I just clicked on twice, it's not in my Slack.
That's because that's not Slack. That's called Notion.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You need to go on vacation right now. Not in Notion.
I am in 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
Not in Notion. It's in Slack. And I knew that it was in Slack yesterday because I saw it in Slack. Slack and Notion. Notion and Slack. Why don't we add that as a podcast here? Notion and Slack podcast. Sundays at 2.
Slowtion.
I love how I'm legit belly laughing and Greg's just over there wanting to die.
So, Greg?
I stopped listening. The Cubs come on in like 19 minutes. If this show's still going on by then, that's when I'm done.
I'm sitting here all day. Blake, Jim, KQ, Crystal.
Why don't you just read the rest of this draft that we did
I think
earlier?
you're experiencing what I go through at every show, and that's like the moment where I just stop listening completely.
Yeah.
That's where we've arrived.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
That's what was coming next.
You're no picnic.
All right.
I love you.
You did go Byron Murphy.
I did.
Per the spreadsheet in Slack. I went with Brian Branch next. Debate between him and Xavier McKinney. And I like Brian Branch. He's still young. I thought he got better last year. You could do a million different things with him. So I went with my safety as Brian Branch from the Detroit Lions. Greg, tell us the Bear you drafted next.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, there's some strategy here. It's not just about picking, top 5 players, top 10 players. Like there's a strategy because we had positions. We had line, linebacker, safety, corner, special teams. Linebackers somewhat thin in the NFC North. So I wanted to make sure I got the pick of my choosing with linebacker. So I went with, that's right, TJ Edwards, Chicago Bear.
No one thinks the way you think.
Trusty TJ holding it down for my linebacking core.
Trusty TJ. I like that.
Trusty TJ.
And then it was back to Steven in the snake draft. So he's going back to back. And Steven, with his first pick, took Aiden Hutchinson, even though Aiden Hutchinson's not going to be the same player until 2026. Then what did you do?
Well, you wanted to have someone that takes the ball away. I did the same thing. I went with Xavier McKinney. He had 8 picks last year. He's also 2 years removed from being one of the league leaders in tackles. Easy pick for me. It really solidifies my secondary. And speaking of the secondary, I go with the top-paid slot corner in the league, Kyler Gordon from the Bears.
I think it's a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's when the draft really went sideways because it was back to Braggs, and he decided to go full Braggs.
I went full Braggs, full meatball. It's my fellow Meatball Island guy, and that is Andrew Billings, defensive line. Don't give that look, Hoge. Wake up!
Why did you take Grady Jarrett?
No, I love Andrew Billings. He's been my favorite Bear for 3 years. I want him on my team. I got him on my team. Send it. Andrew Billings.
Send it. All right.
Bet.
3 Bears.
Bet.
This is where I maybe made a wrong pick, but I went with DJ Reed, who the Lions just signed, and probably should have taken Kirby Joseph before DJ Reed, but Carm, you lucked out.
I did, and I did grab Kirby in one of my more brilliant maneuvers of the day, but, I mean, let's be real. Every one of my maneuvers was brilliant because it's, what's that Ricky Bobby situation? Something about doing excellence in an excellent way. Yeah, right here. Did you just burp?
No, I was going to say, you piss X?
Yes.
You piss
yes,
excellence? Is that what you were avoiding to say?
Yeah, that one.
Are we not allowed to say that?
I was just trying to keep it clean for a second here, but it's fine. No, ain't no thing. And then I needed a linebacker on the snake around, and I looked around. And I thought, let me do a reach around and grab myself some Jack Campbell. Come on in.
Don't do that.
He was outstanding.
You get arrested for that.
Yeah. Nah, we're okay. Jack Campbell is, when the Lions picked him at that point, I thought, that seems like an overdraft. Well, they actually got that one right, and we're happy to welcome him to Team Carm's defensive stalwarts. Thank you, Jack. Best linebacker left available, in my opinion, and that's why he's on Team Carm.
All right, well, speaking of strategy, this is why I went strategy, because I knew there were 2 good linebackers still left. I went ahead and took the best returner in the division, Keyshawn Nixon from the Green Bay Packers. Knocked that one out of the park. This is where I start to like. I think my overall team's actually pretty good.
It sucks.
Yeah. Okay, Josh Metellus and 4 Bears.
Spoiler alert. Hadn't sent that pick in yet.
Oh, it's 1 o'clock. Bye.
But that's right. Josh Metellus is my only non-Bear. So another spoiler alert coming from my last pick. But I really like Josh Metellus from the Vikings. He's like their Swiss Army knife in Minnesota. Brian Flores utilizes him in crazy ways. Just seems like he's always around the football. So if I had to step off of Meatball Island for a minute, I'll take somebody not on the Bears. That would be Josh Metellus. I'd love to have him on the Bears.
All right.
Steven, you're next. Back-to-back picks.
I went with a veteran here. I went with the Detroit Lion. He missed some games last year, missed 7 games, but he's a very good coverage linebacker. Position was thinning out. I went with Alex Anzalone.
Okay. And
Always producing.
your special teamer is?
I'm going to Slack. Torrey Taylor. I went with the punter.
Stole him from Hoge.
I mean, if you're going to use a 4th-round pick on a
he didn't
punter,
already
you
draft
know
him.
he's got to be good. Torrey Taylor is going to have a massive year 2, despite what Carm thinks.
Massive punt year.
I mean, I think he'll be a lovely punter that we shouldn't have drafted because we need more players that play more downs than punting.
Greg, please make your last
My final pick for special teams from the NFC North champions, soon to be CHGO Bears, Devin Duvernay, returner.
Duvernay!
Is he 2-time Pro Bowler? Thank you very much. So you can laugh all you want, all of you people, but Devin Duvernay is better than Khalif Raymond.
All right.
Devin Duvernay also, I think he was a first-team All-Pro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's been several years. But
One time.
Yeah.
Yeah, one time. How many
Okay.
times have you been first-team All-Pro?
Never.
Thank you. So
What are
don't
you?
wa-
What are you, a commenter?
Great pick.
Thank you.
Outstanding.
All right, let me save this. Edgerrin Cooper probably should not have been the last linebacker taken. He had a great year last year with the Green Bay Packers. That is my last pick. And then this one's challenging because I forgot to put your last pick in Slack, so I hope you remember it.
I do. And he's actually being thrown out by all the Lions fans out there. My guy, Caliph Raymond.
Khalif.
Your guy?
That's my guy.
Your guy, Caliph.
Caliph.
Right?
Khalif.
Khalif.
Caliph.
Khalif.
Raymond.
Khalif.
Not
Raymond.
according. See, everybody apparently is pronouncing it wrong because I talked to the Raymond family and I read Tyler Dunn's article. So you two may be thinking that you have it right, but I actually do
Philip
have
Averill brings up a good point. We all missed this opportunity to draft Cole Kmet, long snapper.
I thought about it
as
after
special
the picks were
teamer.
made.
That's a good one, Philip.
That
Philip
should've been
wins
it.
this whole round. Now put the poll up to
I'm
make sure
doing it,
that
I'm
everyone
doing it.
sees that I won again.
You did not win this one.
Okay, put the poll up and let the people decide.
Dude, if you didn't win this one with 4 Bears, that means it's really bad.
No, put the poll up.
The poll's up.
Put the poll up.
Because yesterday you didn't win, even though you won the poll.
Put the poll.
Let's go through it.
I gotta go on my other.
Okay,
account
which
to
one do we
vote
want to do
for
first?
myself.
Steven's team?
Sure. We'll
Okay,
go find
Steven's team is Aiden Hutchinson, Xavier McKinney, Kyler Gordon. I like those 3. Alex Anzalone, Torrey Taylor.
Let's go. Chat.
Pretty good. It's a pretty good team.
It's a
Keep
great
fighting.
team.
Keep fighting for me, chat.
You had a really strong start. Went a little off the rails in the 4th, but that's okay.
Was that the Anzalone one?
Yeah, I think
This
you
is
should.
best linebacker available.
I'm
Who
shocked
else
you
was there?
Cooper. I think Edgerrin Cooper's younger and better.
It's a fair argument.
Yeah.
I'm not going to.
I thought you were going to take him there. I screwed up too in my third round. All right, Braggs. You have Jaylon Johnson, T.J. Edwards, Andrew Billings,
This is insane.
Josh Metellus, and Devin
It's a
Duvernay.
good team. What's wrong with that team?
Big Bill, man. Listen, if you told Ryan Poles that that's your team, he'd be like, "That's sweet, dude." So congrats.
Send it.
My-
Send it to polls.
Bet.
I like my overall team. Andrew Van Ginkel, Brian Branch, DJ Reed,
DJ Reader.
Keyshawn Nixon, and Edgerrin Cooper. DJ Reader's a different player.
I like your team.
I thought that's who
Not
you
really.
drafted was DJ Reader.
Okay. And then
We're sorry for everything that's
Yeah.
happened post JP.
We apologize for nothing. This show's amazing, and we
This is a Friday show, right?
no, you guys still have a Friday show tomorrow. I might actually tune in for the craziness.
Adam Rank will be ranking it up as you look at my amazing team. As
Adam
Jonathan Gardner
Rank's a good pick me up.
just sack the quarterback. Kirby is about to pick you up, as is Byron Murphy. Jack Hamill's making tackles, and my guy, Caliph.
Nope, still not that.
Caliph.
Definitely not that
Not that
guy.
one either.
Raymond,
That's the one.
There we go.
2-time Pro Bowler. Returns punts, returns kicks. Great story. Go long. Feel a special bond.
As you try to finish your sentence.
Steven, who won the poll? I'm going to go have a margarita.
Have you ever?
I think it's too early to call, but it really isn't. Somehow, some way, despite picking several Bears that shouldn't have been selected where they were, Braggs
2
has
days in a row.
45% of the vote. I'm in second with 29%. Hogan third at 18%, and Carm with a pathetic 9%.
Jordan Olympic. I'll take it.
You know,
Good silver lining.
I just want you to know that you have invalidated YouTube polls the last 2 days,
That you
especially
haven't.
today.
No.
They don't matter anymore.
Don't
I call him. I used
don't
to call.
talk down to our chat.
I used to call him Honey Bear. Now I might call him Honey Pander. He's a honey
It's
pander.
not pandering.
You're a honey pander.
No, it's not pandering.
Okay, you're a honey bear. You want to be honey bear or honey pander? Which one?
you know what?
Honey Bear Panda?
I'm just gonna end this show.
Panda Bear?
Thank you, Kay Johnson. The real winner is you and me. All right.
Hey, stay cool out there. Hoge, have a great trip. Are you going anywhere, or are you just going to be right down the street?
I'm going to mostly be here. I'm going to go to Minnesota for a little bit and go golfing a little bit. Go to some music, a lot of music.
A lot of music?
A lot of bourbon.
A lot of bourbon? Are you going to go see CHGO?
What?
CHGO. CHGO?
You said it right. It's just
Why is he going? CHGO's coming to Ravinia like the 2 Sundays. Tickets are like $150.
Going to Morgan Wallen on Sunday. There's an outside chance I'm going to try to convince my wife in the next 48 hours to go to Chris Stapleton on Saturday.
Can you sing a Morgan Wallen song for us?
Yeah. No, you should sing it. It's called I'm the Problem. It's a great song, and you sing it.
Well done.
I thought that was a
That's how you do a walk-off on the way to vacation. Thank you, everybody, for, everything and loving the show. And I do feel guilty leaving a little bit, but mostly because of you guys, the listeners and viewers, not because of them. They can handle things. They will handle things. I'm excited.
We're very happy that you're getting this needed break. And I think it's really good for the show. And hit the like button for Hogan. All his hard work and his brilliance and his color coordinations and his spreadsheets and all his topics and his shoes and his shirts and his head scratch. And
I do a lot of head scratch.
Yeah, the
hair that you're trying to copy.
The perfect
every
part.
day.
And then hit the like button for Greg. Because
You gonna read this super chat, you idiot?
I
will, actually. Marcus Escobedo.
You are
Escobedo. Escobedo?
Scooby-Doo?
Marcus, you're my guy. What are your thoughts when the Bears play the Cowboys? I feel like Eberflus and Ben Johnson had good matchups. It may get too close for comfort. Marcus, I like the way you see the future. And that's the way I like Marcus, the way you look forward to week 3? Week 3, right?
Yeah,
Or is it week 2?
Week 3, right
3?
before our Vegas trip.
Lions are week 2. Week 3. The way you look forward to week 3 at Soldier Field when the Flus will be flusing his way into town.
Look at that.
September 21st as Steven just pops up the schedule with a Caleb silhouette out of nowhere. You got, honestly, there's a lot of Bears content out there, but how many people do it like this? I look forward to, I think Ben Johnson is looking forward to stamping himself as 20 times the coach of Matt Eberflus that day, so I'm not worried about it at all, Marcus. Gavin Turpin, $2 on the way here. Carm just rambling. Greg, get out of here. You know what? It is a good time for me to be able to tell a story. I don't even know where my yes, we're still live, Sarah. They left me, and Bragg's turned off one of the lights, and Steven's now leaving. And I'm just going to sit here and do what I've always wanted to do, which is tell stories. And you know who I want to celebrate today? A great Bear. His name was Dennis Gentry. Pinky. I think I'm completely off. No, am I still on? Am I on? Am I live?
We all silly like the mayor.